Hey, good morning. Today we're going to work on some word problems here. Sometimes kids find this a little bit challenging, so I hope to help you make it a little bit less challenging by just following some simple steps of writing some variables on the left or maybe even drawing some pictures. Today's guided notes we're going to break up into 2 days, and so what we're going to do on the first day today is we're going to try to get through problems 1 through I think it's, yeah, right there, 13. So we're going to do 13 problems today. And then tomorrow, we'll talk about consecutive number word problems and break that down for tomorrow. Okay, so our goal today is, let's get through these first 16. Okay, now, when we're doing word problems, a lot of times they'll kind of tell you something about one of the word, or one, what's a good word for this? One part of the problem, I guess, and then they'll give you information about it based on that first part of the problem. That's not well worded there. So anyhow, we're going to do some let statements, and maybe you'll just kind of catch on. So what we want to do is over here on the left, we're going to let statements. We're going to write some statements over here, and we're going to use some letters that make sense. And then they're going to give us information about one or the other parts of the problem. And then what we're going to do is we're going to write that again, another let statement. And then what we're going to do is we're going to write a mathematical algebra problem over here, because they'll always say something like this one is 74. So let's look at the first one. I think you'll catch on. It says the larger of two numbers is 4 more than the smaller number. So kind of what I do is I kind of look right here. They didn't give us any information about the smaller number, but they did about the larger number. So what we want to do is we want to kind of define some variables over here. And what we want to do is we want to say let S be the smaller number. And I'm just going to use the abbreviation for the smaller number, the little hashtag number sign there, okay? So, now what we're going to do is we're going to take, as soon as my pen catches up here, I don't know why there it is. What we're going to do is we're going to write a little algebraic expression, and we're going to say let. Now, they told us about the larger number. They said the larger the two number is 4 more than the smaller number. Well, we don't know what the smaller number is. So what we're going to use is we're going to use this S, and we're going to say it's 4 more than the smaller number. So there's our expression that shows this part. The larger of the two numbers is 4 more than the smaller. So we're going to say let's let S plus 4 be the larger number. Okay, and so again, kind of what I was trying to explain at the beginning, they'll give us some information about two subjects here, a small number and a larger number. And so they'll tell us some more information about one or the other. And so we just kind of break it down of, we don't know what the smaller number is, so we'll just use that letter there. And I like to use S's or whatever the letter is on the variables here, so that when I get to the end, I know I have either an S or an L, and I can tell which it is. Sometimes teachers will teach it with an X and an X plus 4. Well, then it's a little bit harder to tell what X is. Okay, so I try to use letters that are in the actual math problem. So let's continue on. They said that the sum, which I know sum means add these two guys together. And there's my word is that I always know is an equal sign. I want to add these two guys together. So if I said S is the smaller number, and I want to add S plus 4, because that's the larger number, and sometimes I'll put that in parentheses. I don't really need the parentheses, but I know there's the smaller number, there's the larger number, and it equals 74. And so there's our math problem. Okay? It takes some practice. So on the left side, I have like terms here. I have two of these things called S's, plus 4 equals 74. And let's get that S by itself. And by now, we're really getting good at this, that I have 2S equals 70. And we're almost at the point where I'm just going to say, get that S by itself. And I got S equals 35, I believe. Okay? So now what we can do is, if we know S, because that's the smaller number, and that's why I like using the S, I'm just going to come over here because they said find the two numbers. So S is my smallest number, so I'm just going to put 35 equals 35 here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that 35 over here, and 35 plus 4 is 39. So my larger number is 39, provided I can write 39 correctly. All right? So we're going to do a couple of them here. So the smaller number is 35. I want to box that because I just found it. And then the larger number is 39. Find the two numbers is what they want us to do. All right? It takes some practice. By the time you get to the third one, I think you'll be pretty good at this. All right, let's see what we got here. The larger of two numbers is 7 less than 3 times the smaller number. So we don't know what the smaller number is. So again, we're going to say let S be the smaller number. Okay, and now I want to talk about the larger number here. Somehow I have to show 2 times, the two numbers is 7 less than 3 times the smaller number. So I got to show somehow 3 times the smaller number. So let's let 3 S's, 3 times the smaller number, and 7 less than that. So I want a minus 7 here. Be the larger number. You'll catch on. So S is a smaller number. I don't know what it is, but they said the larger of the two numbers is 7 less than 3 times the smaller number. So there's my 3 times the smaller, and I want 7 less than that. Now let's go to the next part. They said here the sum, so that means add the two numbers of the two numbers is, there's my equal sign, 61. So in this problem we're going to have S plus 3S minus 7. I like again to put it in parentheses, even though they're not really necessary. There's my small number, there's my large number, is 61. Now, I don't really need these parentheses, but now we can start working with it. I got S's and I got 3 S's, so I got 4 S's on this side. And go ahead and solve for S. Let's see, what is that, 68? I don't know how many numbers are, how many 4s are in 68, so I'm just going to get my calculator here.
Okay. I found this on the web, for I don't know how many numbers or how many 4s are in 68, so I'm just going to get my calculator here. Check
Siri.
it out.
Stop, Siri. Goodness gracious. Sorry about that. All right, so my smaller number is 17. I don't know why she triggered there. Now, this is the kind of crazy part, but we can shorten this up, because if I know the smaller number is 17, well, I want to take 3 times 17. 17 is already in my calculator. And so I'm just going to hit 17 times 3, and then minus 7. And I'll have that other number. And I hope you're getting 44. Now, I don't want to have to keep rewriting these things, so I'm going to put a box around that because my smaller number is 17. Larger number is 44. All right? All right, let's see if you can let's just do again. We got, looks like smaller number and larger number, so let's do this again. Let S be smaller number. All right, see if you can write the let and then use this rule here. The larger of the two numbers is 1 more than 4 times the smaller number. So let's see if you can write that real quick. I want to pause for a second here. You give it your best shot to show that 1 more than 4 times the smaller number. Well, I don't know what the smaller number is, but I want 4 times it. So I'm going to write 4S, and I want 1 more than that. So I'm going to put plus 1. All right, catching on? So now, again, it looks like we're doing sum of the two numbers, so I don't know what the smaller number is, so I'm going to put S plus the large one, which we just now said was 4S plus 1. is 106. All right, go to work. I got like terms. Ooh, I hate 5's and S's together there, but hey, what are you gonna do? And again, I want to pick up that calculator because I don't know how many 5's are in 105. If I thought about it for a while, I could guess it, but I know I'm going to do some more math. Oops, we forgot to finish this over. The larger number. 105. I'm getting 21. Hopefully you are too. So the smaller number is 21. Now I'm going to put 21 times 4 plus 1. And I'm getting 85. All right. So that's why we always kind of like give you 15, 20 problems, because by the time you get to the 5th one, you kind of get the idea of what we're doing. Okay? It takes practice. Math, lots of practice makes you a better person. All right, let's see what we got here. The larger of two numbers is twice the smaller number, so we don't know what the smaller number is, so let's go over and do that again. All right, let's see what else here. The larger number is 2 times, the larger of the two numbers is twice the smaller number. Let's see what this one is. Let twice the smaller number, so that's going to be 2 S's, be the larger number. We're going to get a little bit more complicated here. Let's see what the rest of this problem says. Okay, so they said if 12 is subtracted from the larger number, so we just said the larger number is this guy. So now if I say 2s, if 12 is subtracted from that guy, the result, so that's like equal sign, is 7 more than the smaller number. Well, the smaller number, and this is why it's nice to have this code over here, s 7 more than the smaller number. Find the two numbers. All right, so this one's kind of a little bit crazy because we didn't have one number on the side. We have an expression over here and we have an expression over here. So just decide what side you're going to get the s's on. Again, I like to work with my term that has the s's first. We could start this number to solve this one 4 different ways, but try to keep your s's positive and make a plan. If I subtracted one s from this side and one s from this side, I had 2 over here, so that leaves me with a positive s on this side. If I would have subtracted 2 s's from, then I'd have a negative 3s over here, and sometimes kids forget the negative sign. It's not a big deal if you, that's just the path you took, and then you say, oh my goodness, I have 3 s's over here. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Just try to keep them positive, okay? All right, where are we at here? I better stop talking and start focusing on my math. I subtracted an s from both sides. You're working on getting that thing by itself. You're probably already done. See, 7, 8, 9, that's 19, I do believe. So now we can come up here, let s be the smaller number, so that equals 19. And now we want 2 times 19, which I know is 38. We found the two numbers. The smaller number is 19. The larger number is 38. All right? All right. Now we get a little bit different than smaller numbers and higher numbers. Well, it's still kind of the highest score and the lowest score, I see. The highest score of an algebra test was 42 points more than the lowest number. So this guy here is what we're comparing to. So let's do this. Let's do L. Whoops, we want to say let L. Let, because now when we solve this problem and I get down to either an L or an H, I'm going to have the lowest score or highest score. I don't know why it's not right. There we go. Let L, now I'm going to use a cursive L. Let L be the lowest score on the test. And we're going to say let, now they're going to give us some information about the other one. The highest score on the algebra test was 42 points more than the lowest score. So if I don't know what the lowest score is, the highest score is going to be L plus 42, because it said 42 more than the lowest score, equals, let's say B, the highest score. Okay. All right. Now they said if the lowest and the highest score was 154, find the highest and lowest score. So both of these guys put together had to equal 154. So I want to start to write my equation over here. The lowest score plus the highest score, which was an L plus 42, equaled 154 points. All right, so let's solve that guy. Again, I don't really need the parentheses. I just like them to be there, that I know there's one of part of the math problem and there's the other that we were talking about in the word problem up here. But now I got L's and L's on this side, so hopefully you have 2 L's plus 42 and get that guy by itself. You can see that multi-step equations is so important. My kids in school here are doing a really good job of solving these guys and doing their homework every day, and so they're getting like super fast at it. Let's divide by 2. I'm getting a 56. L equals 56. Alright, so now we can come up here and we can just put that. The lowest score equals 56. They didn't say if it was a percent. Oh, it was just a score. So come on, eraser. Come on. Don't fail me now. That's a 56. And now I'm going to put that 56 in, which is already in my calculator. So I'm just going to hit plus 42. And the highest score equals a 98. There's my 2 answers. So sometimes we'll start using other letters other than S's here, and you'll see. I like to use the letters of the first word, first letter of the word here for my variables rather than just X, Y all the time. Oh, this is a good one. Garrett has $1 less than 3 times as much money as Liz. Well, I don't know how much money Liz has. Together they have $179. Now how much does Garrett have? So I'm going to use Liz as my smallest guy. So I'm going to say L is Liz's money. And now I want to say I forgot the word let, but that's okay. Let's see, Garrett has $1 less than 3 times as much as Liz. So if I'm using L for Liz, I need 3 times Liz, and $1 less than that is Garrett's money. Okay, so there's Garrett's money. I'm going to use L for Liz. Now let's see what this together, that would mean they'd have to add them. So I'm going to put together is 179. Let's put these guys, so that means Liz's money plus Garrett's money has to equal 179. So, get the L by itself, like terms. This is a nice easy one. I'm getting 45. So Liz's money equals 45, and you need units on now word problems. It's money now, so put a dollar sign. $45, and now if I take that, I'm going to put the 45 right there for the L, and multiplication happens before addition subtraction, so I'm going to take 45 times 3. And I'm going to minus 1. And that means Garrett got $134. That 4 is a little nasty there. And put a dollar sign. Alright? Almost done. 2 more problems. Hopefully you're catching on. The Buffalo Bills scored 24 more than twice the number of points that the Miami Dolphins scored. Well, I don't know how much the Miami Dolphins scored, so I want to say let M equal the Miami Dolphins score. And now let's go write an equation or expression for the Buffalo Bills. They scored 24 more than twice the Miami Dolphins. I don't know the Miami Dolphins score, but twice the Miami Dolphins would be 2 M's. And 24 more than that would be a plus 24. Oops. Plus 24 would be the Buffalo Bills. Let 2M plus 24 be Buffalo Bills score. All right, let's see, all together, so that means we're going to add, the team scored 66 points. How much did each team score individually? So, all together would mean equals 66, and that we're going to add. So I don't know Miami Dolphins, but I do know 2M plus 24 is the Buffalo Bills, and once again, let's get these guys together. Get solve for the M. Pick up that calculator, and 66 minus 24, I get 42. Last step. I got M equals 14. So my M over here is Miami Dolphins, 14 points. I need units, so they're points. So I'm going to put 14 points. Now I'm going to put that 14 in for the M in the next one to find out the Bills score. So 14 times 2 is 28 plus 24. And that would mean they got 52 points. All right, so Buffalo Bills got 52. Miami Dolphins got 14. All right, so hopefully you're kind of getting the hang of this, okay? All right, let's see if you can do this one on your own. We're talking about Skittles. There are 10 less red Skittles than orange Skittles in the bag. So I don't know how many orange Skittles. Now, I don't know that I would use O for orange. Boy, I don't know, because O looks like zeros and it might get messed up here. So let's do this. Let's just use X's here for this. So sometimes you just have to. Let's just say let X be orange Skittles, because that would be tough to leave it as an O. And then we're going to say, well, there are 10 less red Skittles than orange Skittles. So let's let X minus 10 be the red Skittles. Alright, let's see what else they say. The orange Skittles are also twice the number of the red Skittles. So we're talking about the orange ones. And if I wanted twice the red, but I don't know what the red ones are, so this is really crazy. The orange Skittles, which I don't know what they are also twice. So also means, I think I want to put an equal sign here, and I want twice the red Skittles, which the red Skittles were X minus 10. So let's see if this makes sense. There are 10 less Skittles than orange Skittles. I don't know the orange, so I want 10 less than that in the bag. The orange Skittles the orange Skittles are twice the number of the red Skittles. Yeah, I think I like this guy. This is our first one where we have, an x by itself on this side, and then we got some work to do on this side. I think we got it right. Let's just see if it works. Got to multiply 2 times everything inside the parentheses. And let's get that x by itself. I'm not going to worry that I have a minus x over here, because I got a minus 20 over here. Let's divide by -1. Now, something to think about. -20 divided by -1 is a positive 20. Something to think about is if I had a negative answer here, something's wrong, because you can't have a negative number of Skittles. Okay, so if you ended up with a negative number, common sense says that can't be true, so then probably up here somewhere you messed up with your negative numbers, okay? So let's see here. X is my orange Skittles, so in orange Skittles equals 20, and if I want 10 less than that is the red ones, there are 10 less red Skittles, so that'd be 20 take away 10, that would be 10 red Skittles. All right, let's put a box around those two guys. That one was kind of a little bit tricky there. Okay, I think I like it. Yeah, excuse me, I'm getting a little bit of a cold here, I think. Whenever they give me the length and the width of a rectangle or talking about a rectangle, I don't know why kids always just think this is too much work. If you just draw a rectangle here, because they're talking about a rectangle, and I usually put an L here and a W there. The length of the rectangle is 6 inches more than the width. So what I do is they just told me some information about this guy down here. So I draw a line. And they said this guy, the length is 6 inches more than the width. Well, I don't know what the width is. So I want to say the width plus 6 inches more than the width. And so now my L is really this guy right here, okay? And they said perimeter, which you need to know this from previous years, perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. That's how the perimeter formula goes. And they said the perimeter of the rectangle is 24 inches. So the 24 goes right there, equals, whoops, I got to put a 2, because that's in the formula. The 2 times my length, well, my length is this guy right here, the W plus 6. Close my parentheses. Plus 2 times my width, well, I don't know my width, and so that's just going to be 2 times W, which is still 2W, okay? So now we got our whole math problem of what these words say up here. So now what we got to do is we got to solve for that W. I'm just going to put that as plus 2W there, okay, because 2 times W is 2W. All right, we got like terms here. I got W's and W's on the same side of the equal sign. Let's collect those guys. Because after you get rid of parentheses, we look for like terms right there and there, put them together. All right, now we continue on. Let's get that W by itself by getting rid of that 12. That looks like a 29. It's really a 24 though. 24 take away 12, I know it's 12. And last step, let's get rid of that 4. So my W equals 4. So they said find its dimensions. Well, I just found the W. The W is 4. So I'm going to come over here. The width is 4. All word problems need units. So let's see. We're measuring in inches. So you can put inches. And the length is, now I want to put that 4 over here to find the length. W plus 6, so now it's a 4 there. 4 plus 6 is 10. And there's my answer. All right. So draw that rectangle or whatever shape it is. We're getting you ready for geometry next year, and it's not that big of a deal that if you just draw this rectangle and put length and width, it's just organizing your thoughts. All right. They give us more information about the length again. And they said the length of the rectangle is 5 inches more than 4 times the width. Again, I don't know the width, so how am I going to show 4 times the width? You're getting pretty good at this, I bet. So 4 times W. And I want 5 inches more than that. So it's going to be a plus 5. Alright, so again, I like to write perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Perimeter means basically adding up all the sides. Okay, so they said the perimeter is 90 equals 2 times my length, which is going to be this 4W plus 5. And plus 2 times the width. So I'm just now going to put 2W there. Alright, so let's get rid of the parentheses. You're going to have to write really small. You probably already figured that out to get this all fit in there. And if it doesn't fit, just kind of draw a line and continue your work over there. Let's see, make sure I'm doing this right. Yep. Get rid of that 10. So if I ran out of room, I'm just going to put up here. I know I'm going to divide, or I'll just carry it up here, equals 10W, and divide both sides by 10. So W equals 8. Now the W is my width. Oops, man, oh man, I'm crummy writing here. Alright, hopefully you're kind of getting the hang of this. The width is 8 inch. Are we inches? Yep, still inches. And the length is, let's go put that 8 in over here. 4 times 8 is 32 plus 5. 37 inches. And that is my problem solved. The width and the length. Alright. Let's see, we got another one here. Alright, I think we got one more, and nope, we got a couple more here. Oh my goodness, how many we got to do here? Alright, let's see if you can do this one. So pause your video. Try this one on your own. I should have it try it right here. Pause the video and try it, and let's see how you do. Okay? Looks like we got 3 more to do. Alright. Alright, welcome back. Now, you just sit back and watch, because you already did this one, I hope. The length of the rectangle is 3 centimeters less than twice the width. So I'm going to draw my little rectangle over here. And I want the rectangle to be 3 centimeters less than twice the width. 3 centimeters less than twice the width. Still working with perimeter is 18 centimeters, so P equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. I hope you have an 18 over here, and I'm sure you do. 2 times my length is 2W minus 3. Oh boy, make that a better 3. Plus 2W. Oh my goodness. 2W. Alright, get rid of the parentheses. Got W's and W's, that's 6W minus 6 equals 18. I already used that color. 24, let's divide by 6. You probably ran out of room. I'm getting W equals 4. How did you guys do on that one? Did you get 4? Alright, so now let's do our answer. Are we still in? Oh, we went to centimeters, so the abbreviation for centimeters is cm. You probably already knew that. And the length is, let's put the 4 over, that'd be 8, take away 3, 5 centimeters. Okay. Did you do good? All right, let's see if you can do number 12. Pause your video and then come on back and let's see how you do. All right, let's see. Just sit back and kind of watch, or you can even fast forward the video and just see if my answer matches yours, because it probably does. You're getting probably pretty good at this. So you can just kind of fast forward to see if the answer is there, and if it's not, then come back and see where you boo-booed. The length of the rectangle is 7 inches more than the width. So this one's just going to be a W plus 7. The perimeter of the rectangle is 66 inches. Oops, not equals. All right. Did you get 13? No. Let's see. Nope, I did on my notes previously. Oh, good. And what units are we with? Back to inches. I'm going to put that 13 plus 7 is 20 inches. So I'm going to try one more time that you try it. Pause your video. Try it on your own and see if you come back to this, okay? Alright, we got 5 less than twice the width. That's a 2W there. I still like to write that formula there just so that it might keep everything kind of nice and neat here. 2 times my length plus 2W, and let's go get rid of those parentheses. Oops, I forgot my equal sign here. 56. Got like terms. $66, and let's get rid of that 6. I got a W equals 11. Oh wait, yeah, 11? Yeah. Alright, so now the length of the rectangle, the perimeter rectangle is width is 11. What are we measuring in inches again? Is 11 times 2 is 22. 22 take away 5 is 17. Alright, made it through the notes today. So use your notes today to help you with your homework. We'll pick up here on these guys of consecutive numbers. So we broke this up into 2 days here for you rather than doing it all in one. Okay? All right, with that, hopefully you can do well on the homework. Have a good day.